Okay. Hello everyone and welcome back to our kitchen, where I'll be doing another part of my Chinese snacks series. And you can't actually see that because the camera is positioned that way, but in front of me I have 5 packages of crisps or chips. I only have crisps of one brand, and it's Lay's crisps. At least it's called Lay's where I'm from and over here, but I think that in the UK it's also called like Walkers, something? I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm gonna be showing you and trying those. And actually, those first ones, they are lime flavored crisps. And I cheated and I've actually had these before. Those are actually crisps that my friends eat a lot because they are one of the few flavors of these crisps that are vegan. And at first when I saw them I thought like, lime? That sounds disgusting. How could you eat lime? But then again, like, people serve lime with fish, for example, right? Or a little bit of lemon. So I had those, and actually at first they're kind of strange, but they're actually pretty good. So I'm just gonna open that. Do you want some ASMR? Okay, that's enough. Oops. Mukbang. They look like any kind of crisp. And they have this kind of like lemony smell, this sour smell. It's actually nice, I love it. It's a bit like lemongrass. It tastes like as if you put a lime on a potato. It's not very salty. It's mostly sour actually, but it's not very strong sour taste. It's more like refreshing, and even a little minty, I would say, like very slightly. The next one, oh god, which one should I take? Maybe something more tame. Cucumber. And I haven't had those before, so let's smell them. I don't like it. But then again, I'm not a big fan of cucumbers, but it smells like vegetables. Like, actually on the second whiff it's not so bad. But I'm not a huge fan of this smell. Alright, it looks normal. That's interesting actually. I mean, of course, obviously it actually does taste like cucumber. And it's also kind of refreshing. Like, I actually kind of like cucumbers. I don't like them raw in like a salad, but I like them, for example, in a lemonade, because I think they're very refreshing. Like if you had peas, for example, then of course it does taste like cucumber. And it's also like very slightly minty, like the lime ones. And they're noticeably more salty than the lime ones, but they're alright actually. I thought that I will not like those, but they're nice. Next flavor we have is a bit different. It's a typical Asian kind of flavor, because what we have here is kimchi. And if you don't know, kimchi is actually, I think it's Korean, and it's a bit like pickled cabbage. I think it's pickled cabbage, but I'm not sure. I'm sorry. And I've had normal kimchi before, and I'm not a huge fan of it. It's okay, but it's not my favorite Asian dish. So I'm curious if I will like those. I think they might be a bit spicy. Ooh, they smell nice. A bit like chicken. Okay, those are the one with the texture. Okay. Wow, that's a lot of flavor in this one. I really like it actually. It's very, very slightly spicy, but just like a tiny bit. And they're a little sour, and very salty, and they taste a little bit like chicken actually. But they're definitely more sour. I like those. I kind of like those, but maybe it's because I'm Polish and we have things like sauerkraut and stuff. That one's good. I like those. Okay, 2 more to go. This next one, I'm afraid, will be even more spicy than the last one, because what we have here is wasabi. So the previous one was typically, I think, Korean, and this one is more Japanese, I would assume. Although they obviously also use wasabi in China, but I think wasabi is mostly Japanese. It doesn't have a very strong smell. It just smells like normal potato crisps with nothing on them. Okay. I'm kind of scared that these are going to be spicy, you know, like wasabi is. It looks just plain. Okay. Oh yeah. It's not spicy per se, but in the back of your throat you can kind of feel this like a little sting, and I can kind of feel it in my nose. It does the same thing as wasabi does, so I'll give them that. It does taste like wasabi, like all of those taste exactly like what they say they would. So if you're one of those people who likes to put like a ton of wasabi on your sushi or even whatever, if you take a piece of bread and then smear wasabi on it, and that's the thing for you, definitely, because it's not tasty. Although I'm not that big of a fan of wasabi on its own, I like to add it on sushi like a little bit. Wasabi on its own, not my thing, but if you like it, then go ahead. And the last ones that I have struck me as odd because it's the yogurt flavor. Like yogurt, not cream. But maybe it's because people in China don't use cream, maybe they wouldn't know what it is. So I would be anticipating that these actually just taste like fromage crisps. It smells very sweet. It smells like yogurt. And once again, they look kind of plain. I mean, this particular crisp is kind of odd looking. Let's try it. Well, yeah, it is similar to the fromage crisps, but it's definitely more sweet and definitely more sour. And yeah, it does taste kind of like a Greek yogurt, I would say, like a natural flavor yogurt. Tastes a bit like potatoes with milk. It's also not bad. It's not kind of my favorite flavor out of all of those. That's interesting. It's okay. So that went surprisingly well, actually, because I was anticipating that some of those will be definitely much more I didn't want to say disgusting because I didn't think they would be disgusting, but maybe not so tasty. But actually all of them were quite alright, so I'm glad. My favorite one was probably... I'm not sure, I'm kind of torn between the lime ones and the kimchi ones. The kimchi ones are very slightly too spicy for me because I'm not a fan of spicy food except for aforementioned wasabi on sushi. But yeah, I think those two are quite good. The least favorite, probably wasabi, I think, or maybe not. Actually, wasabi was kind of interesting. I would pick maybe yogurt because yogurt was a bit more bland than the wasabi one. It's not as interesting, I would say. So the wasabi flavor was more rich, in my opinion. So I really hope that this video was at least slightly interesting for you. It was definitely interesting for me to see what kind of different flavors they have here in China. And obviously for the locals they are not strange at all. They're just strange for me as a European who's only used to eating like pepper flavored crisps. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.